Brought to you by...
The world we know is filled with predators. Those who stalk the streets and dark forests in search of new prey. What's worse is when those far more dangerous band together to form a pack. A family unit based upon the instinct of survival, willing to bare teeth against any who threaten the group. Hello friends, welcome back to ETF. Today, sacrifices must be made in order to ensure our survival against the hunger of jackals. In this 2017 horror, a young man, Justin Powell, is held up at gunpoint by two ski-masked men and dragged back to a secluded cabin. This isn't your standard kidnapping, as Justin's estranged family is at the cabin waiting for him. Composed of Justin's father Andrew, mother Kathy, brother Campbell, and former girlfriend Samantha, who has recently given birth to their child, Justin's family is dedicated to freeing him from the brainwashing he's undergone at the hands of a vicious cult. With the help of Jeremy Levine, an experienced cult deprogrammer, the family does their best to bring Justin back to reality. Everything goes awry when the cult, a mysterious gang of masked men and women known as Jackals, descends upon the cabin, demanding Justin back. A vicious battle unfolds, testing familial loyalties and unleashing a bloodbath in which there are few survivors. Opening in a very POV style to John Carpenter's original classic Halloween, finding a weapon, putting on a mask, and leading right up to our first on-screen kill, this film ultimately diverges into a straight-up siege story that pits a fractured family against a cult of violent masked murderers. However, this isn't your standard cult dynamic. They act more like a pack of hungry jackals, even calling out to one another with deep animalistic howls. They follow a singular alpha and attack in numbers to better isolate and take down their unsuspecting prey. I loved that we never get to learn too much about the cult and its motives. They deliver enough detail to show us that their efforts are based on a very primal level of family. Each of the film's central characters is riddled with faults. The father is a cheater, racked with guilt, whose conscience is clouded by his misdeeds. Campbell is overly brutish and highly aggressive throughout this situation, thinking that violence and anger will solve all of his issues. The mother is weak and broken, often spending much of the film drinking heavily to cloud herself from the threat of the situation. There's an awesome dynamic created between these two dueling family elements. Justin's biological family and his father and siblings of the cult. It builds a strong atmosphere of warring clans, bringing things down to a far more primal level of aggression. The film features some awesome gore effects and well-maintained action, shot in a very high dynamic style with a gorgeous lighting scheme and deep dark color grading. This is a film modeling after similar concepts as Assault on Precinct 13, where a small group of survivors are holed up in an isolated location under threat of a larger, more opposing force that descends upon them. It's another type of film that I've always loved because it's never truly about the outside evil coming in. The focus is always more accurately about overcoming the evil that already exists inside. In this case, the faults that each of the protagonists has, and the mistakes that they've made that have led them to this moment. Yet another reference to Carpenter. Overall, I found that this was a brutal and pretty enjoyable film that presents us with a horrifically charged situation, trapping us within the walls of this secluded home under the threat of the horrors of our mistakes and the monsters that lurk just beyond our walls. I'm giving Jackals a B. For those that are interested, I was able to catch this one on Amazon Prime. If you're a fan of classic Carpenter, this one doesn't exactly feel like one of his films, but it definitely plays on many of the themes that he's become famous for. This episode of ETF is brought to you by NordVPN. With more than 10 years of experience, NordVPN is one of the world's largest VPN providers. Cybersecurity may seem very complex, but NordVPN makes it as easy as it gets. Cutting-edge technologies shield your internet activity from hackers and malware, protect you on public Wi-Fi networks, and even block annoying ads. NordVPN protects your IP address and makes sure that no one else can see which websites you visit and what files you download. And until the end of April, if you sign up using the links down in the description, you can get a whopping 70% off a 3-year plan. Real internet privacy is just a click away with NordVPN. But that's all for today, friends. If you are enjoying the content so far and want to help us keep bringing new types of videos for you to enjoy, please consider supporting ETF on Patreon, where every pledge goes right back into the channel to help us with upgrading equipment, maintaining our software, and checking out new flicks to discuss here. If you want to see more videos like these, feel free to let us know down below, or give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.